Hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche, and we are setting up the HXW Raptors. We got the pantyhose set up with the skipjack, and we also added a Manhattan into there. There's Mr. Robert right there, one of our 4 winners that's helping us get the baits to the jet skier so that way they can get them rigged out or put out into the water. So let's see how this all looks and works out. I know we did get some interesting footage on this, and I also too have seen some things that I need to improve on, and I'm going to go and point those out as we get along into the film.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I got a line. I'ma call the whole team.
Yep, it's a long walk to where the guy is at on the jet ski, and again, it's a team effort. I mean, getting everything we need to get done is tough, you know, getting it out there, guy up on the rack, guy moving the baits about, and meeting the guy on the jet ski, you know. And it's kind of the same thing with the kayakers. Sometimes you try to meet them in the water so that way they don't have to beach the kayak, come get the bait, load the bait, and then get back into the water and stuff like that. And so that's going to be real interesting because, like I said, the other day I shot footage at the Packery channel, but it was dark, like real dark. I mean, it was bright and colorful up on the surface, but you could not see anything under the water. And so after an hour 15 or hour and 20 minutes of watching video and see, you know, fish swim by, but it wasn't clear enough. I mean, they had to be right up on it, and there was only a few perch. I decided not to post that video, and I know it's kind of the hard thing to do right now, especially since this whole video and series is about, you know, teaching a man to fish, you know, to understand that the glory of everybody posting up their final catches doesn't show the work, the process, the loss of lines, catch of lines, the rigging of bait, putting out a bait, deployment of bait, catching bait. I mean, the hours and upon hours that are spent trying to catch whatever they're catching. And sometimes it ain't all glorious, you know. You sit there and you look and, man, this guy always catches, but at the same time, let's see how much hours we actually put out there to make it happen. And, you know, that's one of the main things about fishing. It's not for the faint of heart or for the wallet, because when you're losing gear left and right and stuff like that, you know, you got to start evaluating what you're doing. Are you doing something wrong? Are you using gear that's not proper? I mean, there's so many questions to ask yourself, and if you're not asking yourself questions, you're not fixing things that could be fixed, you know what I mean, that can improve your fishing. And so for us, that's a battle. And as you can see, as he's going through, he's holding the camera system, you know, and the leader and stuff, because basically what we do is we'll tighten it up, and he's going slow enough that he can feel the pressure, and then he can let go or toss off the leader and, you know, not get hooked and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, so right here he's deployed the bait, and one of the first things you see that it's gotten twisted up on there. And this is something that has really gotten me to look at it. I mean, it's undone right there, but this is something that I remember videos ago, and I totally forgot about doing that, but I was also pressed for time with the amount of training that we got going through, teaching our new guys and training our new guys on what to do in the back. I didn't get to do what I wanted to do, and that was create a spreading bar like the guys that use it for offshore trolling. It's a wire system that keeps the bait spread apart, so as they're trolling through the water, they don't really touch each other, get tangled up on each other and stuff like that. And that was something that I wanted to do on this system. I totally forgot about doing that, because I mean, as you can see there, we got this bait set up for shark, and if it were to come up and bite right there, it would be over, because more than likely he would hit the main line. And originally I had these set up for an extra 15-20 feet of coated cable, and I cut them off because I started casting with them and I forgot to reattach them. As y'all can see, there's a lot of catfish that are surrounding the bait. They haven't really gotten all over it, but they have found the bait. They're swimming through and stuff like that. And what's really got me questioning or wondering is, like, where is my surf weight? Obviously, my gear's not moving. My surf weight is doing what it's supposed to be doing, but I have not seen it. Is it that far buried in there, or is it that far out of sight? I don't know, but definitely the camera's doing what it's supposed to be doing, getting footage left to right as the current moves it, and we got some good clear vision and stuff like that. Now this also too gives us a good understanding of, remember the last time that I put one of these out and you could see there was a lot of wave action, even though it was green water, there was a lot of waves. So on here we put it in a little bit deeper water and there's very little waves, but even then where it got dropped, there's not a lot of wave action that we can see. I mean, obviously there is, because it ends up being on the beaches, white capping and stuff like that once it hits the sandbars. But you got a lot clearer video right here where we can actually see it around and stuff like that. But it will rock back and forth with the current and stuff like that. So I need to try something different to see how I can get the cable or the video to stay upright instead of teeter-tottering left to right and stuff like that. I mean, it may be something that I don't figure out, but I mean, right there you can see my 3-way swivel. There's that 200-pound mono. I got 250-pound coated cable that's double backed on itself. And yeah, this is a good indication right there of how the pantyhose is also protecting the bait, because normally the Manhattan and the skipjack are real soft flesh fish. So normally anything that comes up on it will start getting into it real quick and eating it up. So let's see how long this lasts as these catfish start to get brave. Oh, there you go. Right when I said that they start to get braver and braver, they're going to start coming in, and there you go. Oh wow, that was, I don't even know if that was a catfish. I think that was a puffer. Let me go back and check that out, because it just ate right into that the pantyhose right there like nothing. So let's check that out. Yes sir, that most definitely was a smooth puffer. Look at him right there, those big old eyes, and just clean into the pantyhose and cut a chunk right out of that Manhattan right there. Nice clean. Wow. Yes sir, gotta love these underwater cameras. It really does give us an advantage to see what's going on. Well, you could definitely see the action has greatly picked up once that puffer broke through that pantyhose barrier right there, man. As soon as it went through, the catfish just started going nuts on it. So that is a big indication right there. I mean, I don't know if they were holding off because they didn't pick up enough scent, or once blood really got in the water from that puffer cutting through that fish and letting out a lot more scent, it really turned them into or getting them into a feeding frenzy. Well, we'll keep checking it out. Whoa, what was that? Slow it down. Yeah, it's a shark. A shark has come into play. Doesn't look very big. It's probably about 15, 18 inches maybe. But it is in action, so maybe this will lead up to some bigger ones coming through. Let's see what happens. Well, there you go. They have stolen the bait off of there. It looks like there's a little bit of chunks there and stuff. And now, the question is, do I leave it so we can see if anything else rolls by the bait? Because obviously when there's tackle in the water, you know, sharks and stuff like that and everything else are used to finding them and seeing them or whatever. It does make a sound in there. So will it keep drawing them in, or are they gone now because there's no bait? I mean, there's a small piece of flesh still left on there. I'm real curious. So with that being said, now do we leave the camera rolling so that way we can see if there's any other bigger fish that are lurking about? You know, will the catfish come up and finally take that last little piece? I want to say yes. And then too, do I ask myself, now that I got no bait on there, is it worth continuously watching the video to see if any monsters are going to come swimming by? I want to say yes, and the reason being is because when leaders are out there, they get lost, they get broken off, they do create some kind of noise and sound down there. So I want to see if it will entice the fish to come in and investigate, and if it does, will we catch, you know, these big monsters swimming through, and or maybe there's other fish that are schooling by that because we didn't have any bait, we didn't catch anything. It won't be the first time we've caught it on the film, you know. Whoa, what was that? That catfish tried for it, but didn't get it. Well, it will, if it's going to be facing the gravel like that, then yeah, I'm not going to put y'all through the torture on it. So I was going to start fast forwarding, and that way it's not so painful. But why is the ground moving? Look at that. You can see it shifting right there toward the bottom of the screen. What is that? Is that some kind of mollusk or something? What is that? Oh, it's those shells that are real long. They got some kind of I don't think it's like a sea snail or slug, something like that, but it's actually got the hard shell on it. That was pretty cool. And man, they move pretty quick through the sand. That was nice. Alright guys, so right here is the first sign that I can find of my surf weight. You see that snap swivel, that dark piece that's off to the right side? Yeah, that's the snap swivel that is holding my surf weight in place, but you don't see none of the surf weight exposed. Wow, that's pretty interesting. And look at that little bugger up at the top. He's charging this way, you see him? Bulldozing right through the sand. And well, the catfish tried to take the bait again. Let's see what happens. This is pretty interesting. And granted, we're staring at the floor right now, but hey, look, he's not camera shy. Look at that little guy. Look at him. What's he doing? Did you hear me? I don't know. Maybe he heard me. Nope. He's going around. That is pretty cool. Wow. Wow, that snail or mollusk, whatever it is definitely putting in some work today, that's for sure. And what's going on here? So he just got rolled out of wherever he was at. And I guess, oh, look at him flipping himself right over, and he definitely loves the camera, that's for sure. Wow. I guess this must be like a bad storm for them, and they are totally unworried about it and stuff. So you see how close he gets to the camera. That's pretty cool. Oh, nope, he's moving away. Wow. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before, or how they move around. Very nice. Something just hit me right now, and I was thinking about it because there's times that we say when all they're catching is catfish to use catfish for bait. Maybe this is why, because that's all there really is down there is nothing but catfish. So if the sharks are hungry for something, they're going to eat whatever is available. Maybe it is true. We'll see. But I don't have catfish on for bait. Whoa. There you go. I can see one of the wires from the surf weight. So it is completely been buried, and you can see one of the wires just sticking right up. There's a partial second one right there as well too. Yep. Told you my surf weights work awesome. Look at that thing. It's not even a bad current, but it has done what it needed to do, and that was to hold my bait in place. And this is the light gauge 116. It was a 10-ounce surf weight that I used to keep the camera system in play. And yeah, it is pretty awesome that we can see my surf weight and work. And there's that little shell there too. See him right there in the middle of the screen kind of deal, toward the bottom. Yeah, getting it done. Awesome. One of the other things that I've been noticing too is now that the bait is not there, the camera has been floating up above and giving us a lot better angle of the fluorine around the leader and stuff like that. And granted, right now it's into the current and stuff like that, but it is really nice. I mean, it gives us what I'm looking for. It lets me know that my float is the right weight to carry this camera, so it's not sitting dead on the floor. But I do have to fix up my leader situation and get it to where it will separate, where I can ensure that if something big picks it up, it won't cut off my main line. That's my biggest concern, is just to have one of these cameras up and swim away from me. So I should be attaching some kind of float system to it, but I don't, and that's pretty much on me right there. Right now we've been over an hour of footage, and I've been condensing it as much as I can, but I do want to keep the majority of it untouched, just because it gives you an idea of everything that's going on. And for a lot of people, this is really calming. You know, it's real cool just to see a different world. You know, that's basically what this is. Yes, sir. Look at that. A school of jacks. Yes, that was a small school, but still, a school of jacks just rolled through. That's pretty cool. Come on, fishies. Keep swimming by. Let us know what's in the water. Yep, still got the video down there. Still going through and seeing what happens. Hey, is that stingray? Show. Yep, had to slow it down one more time. You can see the white in the tail right there. What did it do? I wonder if he was just swimming about and came to investigate. Nice. So, we've seen some jacks, we've seen some stingray, seen shark, pufferfish, and no bait fish though. No piggies, no pin, no sand trout, no pompano. I mean, haven't seen any of that out here. So that has me wondering too on the shark baits, because y'all see them they're just getting meated out. Wondering if that's a bunch of puffers out there that are tearing it up like that, and the catfish are helping them clean it up, because I don't see no other bait fish, guys. And this bait was out about 400 yards out. Everything else that we're putting out with the bigger baits is 5 to 1,800 yards, 2,000 yards out. It's really got our mind wondering that. Waiting for the sharks to come through. Yay, yay. There we go. Look at that. Nice black tips right there. That's easily about a 4 to 5 footer. Oh, wow. And only if we had bait. Ah. Have you ever seen a stingray stalk its prey? Check him out, bottom right side corner by the weight prongs. See him inching his way closer? Coming up, check out that camouflage. That is so weak. Literally, you only see him because of the white eyes and the white bottoms when he was moving through. That is awesome.